When you think of all things you could purchase in the form of an NFT, what would be your dream digital collectible? The Kobe Bryant NFT that Travis can't get enough of? A low mint crypto punk? How about Electric Genesis? Or perhaps you'd like to own Dave Portney's soul. Well, if it's the latter, you're in luck because the Presidente of Barstool Sports is making that available. And speaking of soul, Paris Hilton's soul has been taken over by NFTs. Perhaps she'll put that up for sale next. Binance is launching an NFT marketplace. The Golden State Warriors are getting in the game. And those afflicted with TDS can now buy Trump tweets as NFTs for some bizarre reason only known to those with the syndrome. We'll share upcoming releases along with the latest from the digital collectible space on this Nifty News episode number 51 of the Nifty Show.
Looking into the future, what do we see? It's lined with digital collectibles, we call them NFTs. Games, trading cards, digital art, and those crypto kitties. Travis and Joel are the hosts you'll know. Travis and Joel say this won't blow. They're locked and loaded, so ready, set, go! It's the Nifty, really kind of spiffy. The Nifty Show.
Is aligned with the digital collectibles. We call them NFTs. Oh, it's very good.
They are the digital collectibles, and we are the digital collectible duo. This is Travis Wright, and I'm with my compadre, Joel Com.
You may call me Solo Joel Com, the
Solo
NFT.
Joel Com, I am with him, my compadre, Solo Joel Com. I apologize for my lack of respect, sir.
I believe perhaps you're culturally appropriating language that is not yours.
This is not true. I'm making up my own accents now. I identify as the person who makes accents, who converts accents into NFT.
Very good.
Non-fungible accent.
This is the Nifty News episode of the Nifty Show. Every week on Tuesdays, we release this show in video format as well as audio format. We do not have it released as NFT format yet, oddly enough, but we'll probably do that next. And the show continues to move up the ranks, and we would really appreciate it if you guys would take a moment to go review the show on iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify. You could follow Google Play. I think you might be able to review on YouTube. Ring the bell, hit the thumbs up, subscribe to it, and then go to your mailbox, write us a postcard. Just write subscribe on it. Just put Travis and Joel and just put it in the mailbox.
Puerto Rico, because we're like Santa Claus. You can just say Puerto Rico, Travis and Joel, and somehow it gets there. Like when your 4-year-old writes a letter to Mr. Claus.
It's a miracle. Well, let's jump right in with this week's news because we have a lot to cover, and we're going to actually start with the lead story is actually the lead, the headline. Dave Portney, who is the Presidente, not the president, the Presidente of Barstool Sports, is definitely down the crypto rabbit hole and the NFT rabbit hole. And now he's put an NFT of himself for sale on his website, and this is how you can buy his soul.
Yeah. So he's had an interesting week. I want to give it to him because he was talking trash on Elon earlier, saying, "Oh, so Bitcoin went down. What? Elon Musk just sold all of his Bitcoin, and he could just manipulate the market, or what?" And then Elon Musk tweeted him back and basically was like, "No, dipshit, I haven't sold any of my Bitcoin. However, Tesla did sell 10% of its holdings to basically see if it had liquidity, and it does. So thank you." And he's like, "Oh man, you just torched my soul. I better sell what's left of it as an NFT."
There you go. Well, here it is. This is the NFT we're looking at right here. Dave Portney, one of one NFT, One Bite Pizza, January 27th, 2020. It is a One Bite Pizza review of the Block's Pizza Deli guy in Miami, featuring the guy with no arms. The current top bid as of this recording, which timestamped 2:17 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time on April 27th, 2021, is $15,016.25. You gonna go bid on this?
Maybe if it was like around 50 cents or like $1.50. I mean, how many pieces of his soul is he selling? Because he says he'd get a piece of your soul, not the whole soul.
Right.
So I don't really know, like, what kind of fractional reserve BS are we dealing with the Dave Portney soul? Is it like 21 million of his souls? Like how much is his soul worth and how many fragments of it are there? And then if you get all of them, are you able to burn it?
Here's what's really interesting about this. You can see the video, and I guess I'm not going to play the audio from this because I don't want to have copyright issues. But in addition to winning the One Bite Pizza review of Block's Pizza Deli featuring the Guy with No Arms NFT, the highest bidder of this auction will receive an invitation to watch a game with Dave Portney, where he'll place a wager equal to the size of the winning bid. If the bet hits, he'll refund the winning bid to the bidder. So if you bid and you win this thing, Portney's going to bet on a game. And if he wins that bet, he's going to give you back your money because he still gets to keep the money. Not that he needs the money.
Wait a second. So is it just like if you win, you get double or nothing? So you get his soul and your money back?
I guess a piece of his soul and maybe a bite of this pizza. I mean, it looks delicious.
Man.
Now I want to go Blocks.
He actually did a bid not long ago for after the NFL draft last year. He was the winning bidder to watch the 2021 draft with Roger Goodell of the NFL commissioner, or it was to watch a game. I think it was to watch a game at the commissioner's home in his basement and watch a Monday Night Football game or something. And the NFL said nope, and they refunded his money. They're like, we don't want to hang out with you, Dave Portney.
I don't know if you're watching the video that's playing right now here on the site, but he encounters this guy with no arms and he just put him in the NFT. There was no way he got permission to do that from the guy with no arms. I wonder if he's going to share a piece of the profits. Like, it doesn't even look like he got his name and address, and I don't even know if the dude had an address. He may have been homeless. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, there you go. That's why he's selling his soul, because it's already partially sold, I guess. Maybe.
You guys can see the video and links to all of the stories in this episode of the show if you go to nifty.show/51. That will be the location for the things.
Mm-hmm. All the things and the deals, all located in that one place.
Mm-hmm. NFTs and taxes, what you should know. Pay your taxes. Next story. I don't want to talk about taxes. Our producer put that in. I want to talk about taxes. Go read the story and you can learn if you sell NFTs. I guess you're supposed to pay taxes on them if you make profits.
I guess the question would be is like, how sophisticated, how can you track them all? I mean, I'm doing my best I can, but it's like, is there even a tool for that yet? It would be nice if there was some tool to make it easy to track if that's going to be a big thing, but it's like,
I don't know.
They're like micro transactions. Like, here's a 51-cent one. I mean, maybe is there going to be an export, I guess, from some of these NFT platforms to make it easy? If
well,
not,
there isn't.
Luck to the accountants out there.
Right. There isn't. I mean, hey, if you can track your microaggressions, you can track your microtransactions. Can you put microaggressions on the blockchain?
You can, and you can port them with a fragment of your soul. So I think I've decided that I'm gonna keep 51% of my soul and just sell the other 49%, but I'm gonna sell them in like 1 trillion different pieces.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna sell each one for $1.
Oh, that'll work. So you'll be like the Federal Reserve.
I'm gonna keep most of my soul. Yeah.
Yeah, you'll be like the Fed.
Mm-hmm.
You print as many as you want.
Get some of T-Dub's soul right here.
Our producer, Erin, found Crypto Potato. I don't know if you found this before, but as she was looking for new articles, she found cryptopotato.com. I like the name of it. And just because I like the name of it, I'm thinking I'm going to have to bookmark this site. People are saying there's deja vu perhaps in the crypto industry because Google searches for NFTs have fallen off and people are comparing it to the ICO crash of 2018. It doesn't matter to me about the searches or any of that. Even the question in this article, is it the ICO thing all over again? My answer is no, and I'll give my reasons, but I'd like to know what you think.
Well, I think that some of the stuff is, is going away. I think some of the hype around the big art stuff and some of the big Ethereum things, I don't think we're going to see the big hype like we did with Beeple and that again. The first hype cycle, I think, is kind of toning out. And now what we're going to start seeing is the normalization of NFTs. It's not going to be that big hype where everyone's freaking out and trying to figure out what an NFT is. A lot of that big search volume initially is, what the hell's an NFT? I hear hearing people saying NFT, what's an NFT? So they're searching what's an NFT. And now they know what an NFT is, so they're not going to necessarily search for it because they figured it out. I mean, that Saturday Night Live thing was big, and there's some other big artists now that are doing some NFTs, and big artists and big brands and big IP are just getting into the foray of it. So I think that, maybe the first hype cycle is over, but now we're going to get into this phase where it's normal. Like an NFT is not something special at this point.
They're special for the particular brand or property that's releasing it and their audience. We're seeing stuff sell out still. Atomic Hub is absolutely crushing it. Every time there's a launch, boom, things go flying up the shelves. We're going to talk a little bit about a launch that's coming tomorrow from a band from the 90s, 80s, and I guess, 90s and 2000s that's going on sale. And
say it ain't so. Say it ain't so. Really?
Say it isn't so. Whoa. Their NFTs will sell out. So more about Weezer in a bit. But, I looked at Nifty Gateway yesterday and prices are way down. They're offering stuff every day. And for a time, it was like buy stuff cheap and flip it really quick. But now they're doing all these open editions and people are learning, hey, you can't flip an open edition.
You're frozen.
I'm not. You're frozen.
You're frozen.
I'm not. You're frozen.
Well, my air conditioning is really good here in Puerto Rico.
I'm chosen.
Yeah, that was one of the things. Some of the prices there, mid-February, I think, is when prices just went off, right? I mean, NBA Top Shot stuff, some of them cards were going for $250,000. Now they're flooding the market. And so what was happening was it was very hard to get a pack. And so that was getting flooded. And I think with Nifty Gateway, they were doing these open editions, and some of the open editions are so cool that we just didn't get it. You didn't see them ahead of time and you wanted them. Like you were mentioning the Kobe Bryant one, they did an open edition on that and they sold over 800. Or no, they sold about 400. They sold 429 of them. That's how many they sold. And I think if more people would have known about it, they probably would have bought more of them. And so when it's an open edition, it's as many as people who want to buy them in 5 or 10 minutes or whatever it is, go in and buy them. So some of these are going to be very valuable, but some of these are just, some of the stuff that Nifty Gateway is putting out right now, quite frankly, is just crap. And for them to tell me I'm not an artist, the way they did and said, well, we're only putting out stuff by artists. And I'm like, dude, I've been an artist since the 90s, whatever. And then they put out some of this crap that's just complete crap. And then it's just like, wow. So they obviously don't care about quality. They care about, I don't know, ego or something. I don't know.
I think it lends itself more to the traditional snobby side of the art world, right? I think they're trying to appeal to the traditional art world, which tends to be, oh, this is odd, this is not. Look, I have great respect for artists. I have even more respect for artists who speak out against the crap, like Veza, who's not going to play the games and produces real art. It's not just a quick little Blender 3D rendering. I mean, some of the stuff we're seeing on Nifty Gateway, we could hire out. Like if you look at the 3D trophies we've created for Blockchain Heroes, right? That's just hired out. Neither Travis nor I created that. We hired a dude on Upwork to create that. And some of them are really beautiful. And they don't sell on Nifty Gateway for $1,000 or $10,000 or more. We got them on wax for a reasonable price.
Yeah. I think that's what's happening is that a lot of these artists start seeing some of these big numbers, like what Ferocious has done and some of these other ones. And they're like, oh man, I'm going to put together an NFT and I'm going to sell $1 million. I'm going to make $1 million on this. There's the 10% and there's the 1% in everything, right? So there's going to be the few that make the most because they already have a brand. They already have a fan base. And really, I think a lot of these artists, if they haven't already, what would behoove of them would be to start, building their audience, start cultivating your community. That way, whenever you do launch something, you have a group of rabid fans who are ready to pounce on it. Those are the ones that are going to continue to win in the NFT space, is those who have built and cultivated a good community.
Get your shots because they're going to be rabid. I'll tell you who I think is going to continue to win, and that is Binance. Everything that CZ has touched has gone really, really well. Of course, Binance is the most popular exchange in the world, not in the US, Coinbase is bigger in the US, I believe, but Binance around the world, their Binance Smart Chain is really taking off, and they're launching an NFT marketplace in June. Minimal fees, high liquidity, and high value collectibles. So they got stuff coming our way. And, of course, everybody stumbles every now and then, but I don't know how you stumble if you're the biggest exchange launching an NFT marketplace now.
Yep. And that's one of the things is, I mean, Joel and I've talked about this, is that, you know what, those highways, those people who are you're building NFTs on and you're selling NFTs on, like we knew that Binance is going to eventually come out with an NFT platform. They're going to come out with an NFT marketplace. Polkadot is going to come out with an NFT platform, an NFT marketplace. Some of these big chains are going to do that. They're going to follow what Ethereum does. I mean, this is normally follow the leader, and whatever the leader's doing, they typically come out and build something similar. And I do think that most every chain of some sort needs to have some method of NFTs in some marketplace. And I think the big winner is going to is whenever that marketplace is a cross-chain marketplace that can sell and trade all of these across different blockchains. Because some of these blockchains down the road might disappear. I think there's a strong likelihood that some of them could completely go away. Are those assets stored on IPFS, or can you transfer those assets from one place to another? That's going to be a key thing down the road that we're going to all need to think about and figure out, because it's going to be important.
There's going to be two ways to buy and sell: premium events and a trading market. So premium is for select works through high-end exhibitions, drops from famous artists. Binance will charge 10% fee, 90% will go to the creators. And then on the trading market, anybody can create their own NFTs and put them up for sale or auction. Binance will charge a 1% fee for the offering. So and NFT creators earn a 1% royalty on subsequent sales of their work. So this is a way to avoid the gas fees. Like, it's time for Ethereum to just stop with NFTs. I think even Vitalik should just come out and say, hey guys, this is not what this was created for. Cut it out. Like, let's not even pretend anymore that this is a place to launch NFTs. Use other chains. Come on, Vitalik, just come out and say it, dude.
Just come out and say that. I know we were having a conversation with Barnaby from bandroyalty.com, and he was talking about, he sent a link over that somebody is building something on top of Ethereum, that Immutable X, the first layer 2 for NFTs on Ethereum.
That's Gods Unchained.
Gods Unchained. Oh, very nice. Yeah, for no gas fees. So that's nice. Mm-hmm. Gods Unchained's building that?
Yeah, that's their team. They're building their own because they built Gods Unchained on Ethereum, and they're looking at the problem and going, this is crap for this. This is just, this is no good. You can't do cards on Ethereum and trade them, reasonably when you've got gas fees. It just doesn't work. So,
and I know especially whenever I eat burritos, I got lots of gas, and it's not good. Nobody appreciates any of it.
Here's an interesting story. We talked to these fellas just the other day about Grow, and this one's right up your alley, Sir Lord Travis.
Yeah, medicinal marijuana Grow is celebrating its launch with an NFT giveaway, and you're going to be. So imagine. I think it's best described as something like this: Farmville meets NFTs meets medical marijuana meets DeFi farming, right? Is that kind of how you would say it?
Yeah, it's a mashup of all of these areas that are in the industry with high tech. And so you're actually going to be able to get a land plot NFT in their grow house. Yeah. And then you can like combine the tokens, right? So you can make hybrids of them and I guess grow the real thing.
Kind of like CryptoKitties, right? Where you're able to say, hey, here's a sativa, here's an indica. We're gonna sire them together and create a hybrid cannabis baby, and then you're gonna be able to grow those and stake that for more tokens and badges and collectibles and NFTs, and maybe trade that stuff in for some real marijuana someday or something. I'm not sure, but it's a fascinating thing that we're having conversations with them around. I think it could be fun.
Would that make it a canna baby?
Maybe. A can of baby, maybe.
Maybe can a baby. Let's turn to IBM because they're making patents into NFTs, saying that is a future $1 trillion+ market. The developers of the IPWE platform, IPWE is the platform. This platform and the global patent marketplace is a blockchain-based platform that would allow tokenizing and trading patents in the form of non-fungible tokens.
So according to their company, about 2 to 5% of patents translate into $180 billion worth of value in the market. However, traditional patents are notoriously difficult to manage, value, transact, and treat as a liquid asset. And so these NFTs are going to create this opportunity to unlock that value of $1 trillion or more. And see, when you say, oh, NFTs are a trend, it's a fad, they're going away, and look, the hype cycle, and no, folks, there's going to be so many industries unlocking and utilizing NFTs for various different use cases. We have yet to begun to NFT.
Correct. NFTs are anything that can store data for ownership, right? So we're eventually looking at your home title will be an NFT, your automobile title will be an NFT, your insurance policy will be an NFT. Anything that has ownership attached to it is more secure as a non-fungible token than as a damn piece of paper that could catch on fire, that could get wet, that you have to call an office to try to get a copy for it, that you have to pay fees to locate, that can get lost, that can get stolen. Hello, NFTs are not going away. I wonder what our friend at the UK Spectator would say about this article saying that patents could be a $1 trillion+ market through IBM. What do you think he might say?
What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to figure out what the WE stands for in IPWE, because I can understand that IP means intellectual property, but I cannot figure out what the WE stands for. And I'm on their website. I'm on IPWE.com.
I think it's just we, like you and us together. We can do it. We can make IP.
We. Yeah.
That's what I do every time I go to the bathroom. Have another success. IP, wee.
Yeah, and I'm like, where's my snack, mommy? I need a snack because I go potty.
On Bad Crypto, we've talked about VeChain, Thor, quite a bit here. And this is the enterprise NFT ecosystem, which is now being called NFT. So, now we've got subsets of NFTs. So we're siring NFTs. Here we go, because now we've got, this enterprise, and we took an enterprise and we took NFT and we sired them together and we got ENFT.
And I just innovated a new one called Innovative NFT. So that's an INFT, and you can only view them on your iPods from the early 2000s. So I just made that real quick. And so
NFTs have the potential.
You can invest in it right now if you want. You guys just send me an email at cryptopodcast@gmail.com. We got an open sale,
or just
private sale,
or just get a 3x5 note card and write Travis on it and NFT on the back and just throw it in your mailbox.
Puerto Rico. Got to put Puerto Rico on there so they know which Travis to go to.
Travis and Puerto Rico.
and then just put your Ethereum address and let me know how much you're going to send, and then I'll wait.
NFTs have the potential to positively impact and touch on every aspect of our daily lives and unlock unprecedented and sustainable value for businesses and enterprises. This is where the enterprise NFT, otherwise known as the NFT ecosystem, comes into play. So I'm not exactly sure here. I'm learning about this actually as I'm reading it here. I still don't know what an NFT is that makes it different from a regular NFT.
Well, I think what it is, quite frankly, from my perspective, is it's Thor Chain creating their own NFT platform and trying to differentiate it from regular NFTs, and so they're calling it an ENFT. And I guess they're working with VeChain Thor. This is not Thor Chain, VeChain Thor. It's different.
Thor's brother Loki.
It's VeChain Loki. Well, I think that we're going to start seeing this more and more as again, more of these different companies popping out and creating their own versions of the NFTs, as we mentioned earlier. And this is, VeChain Thor, whenever they ported over from VeChain, and I think they did like a 1,000 to 1 swap or something like that. And so the token price essentially became, I know that I had like, you had 100,000 of them, and the next thing you know, you don't have 100,000 of them. You got much less because of the way that the whole system worked. I think I had 1,000 when it was all said and done of VeChain. But they are a big supply chain system, right? So they're built all for supply chain. So if they're building an enterprise NFT, it's for the companies like Gucci. It's for the companies like Louis Vuitton, because you want to make sure that bag that you got is fully authentic. Because as we've mentioned before on different shows, both Joel and I have been to China, I've been to Shanghai, and I've seen these manufacturers or these warehouses where they're literally creating the bags, and then so maybe they have enough material to make 600 bags, but their order is for 500 bags. So they got all the material to make all these bags, and so once they get their order of 500, and they go, well, then some were messed up and some were aired out. And, okay, so here's our 500 order, but we have enough material to make another 70 bags. Do you think they're just throwing that shit away? No, they're taking that material and making a brand new bag. And it's exactly like the previous bag, although it's not an official bag. So, I mean, it's one of those things. It's like they do the same thing with Jordans. Like, we got enough material to make 10,000 pairs of these Air Jordans. And guess what? We got enough material to make another 500. Guess what they're doing? They're making those other 500 and selling them on the black market for less than half the price. But if you're able to tap into the blockchain and be able to tag an NFT to this and say, this is true ownership, this is true provenance of where this was created, then you can circumvent a lot of that. And I guess if they're on your feet, it doesn't necessarily matter. I got a pair of fake Air Jordans. They look exactly like the other pair of Air Jordans. They're just probably not as comfortable.
Well, now we know that's what you've got there is the fake.
Well, it's Jordans. Like I was like, those are awesome. And I was like, wait a second, a real pair is $700, and this other pair over here on DH Gate is $87.
Well, okay. Let me make a correction here, Sir Lord Travis. I have not been to China.
You have not been to China.
I've not been to China, but I'm a big fan of Chinese food. This is one of my favorite dishes right here.
I know we were going to go to China, and then COVID happened, and then we decided to say F China.
Yeah, this is my favorite, pad see loo, the nice wide noodles that they step on to squish them really flat and all that. Very yummy. Okay. I think the point of this piece here with VeChain is they've set up the infrastructure for enterprises, right? So this is more of a branding approach. Calling them ENFTs is, as you said, them setting themselves apart to be able to lead the charge for mass adoption.
You know who I think that actually doesn't work well for is there's a company. What is it called? I believe it's called Block V. Yeah, Block V is it Block BLOCKV.io. Now, these guys were actually one of the very first companies ever to do NFTs, but they didn't call them NFTs. They call them VATOMs, VATOMS. And VATOMs can come alive to provide a vivid experience layer for the blockchain by transforming static objects into dynamic virtual goods that are individually owned. They're NFTs. But the problem is they call it the stupid name that did not pick up. And so this company right here should be a multi-billion-dollar company. And I invested in it in 2017 because I loved the idea. I'm like, these are NFTs. This is like crypto kitties. These are going to be awesome. But they call them VATOMs, virtual objects, something, blah, blah, blah. It's a ridiculous name, and it doesn't resonate with anybody. And that's why they are worth nothing. But they're still working and building it. They just don't call them NFTs. And I think they should probably give up and say, okay, these are Block V NFTs. And then people go, I get it. Right. But they didn't. And they own patents. They were doing stuff before anybody was doing anything. But I think these Block V Atoms predate even CryptoPunks. They just weren't calling them non-fungible tokens.
I did not know this. Very nice to know. So, another name that's big in the NFT space is the Engine chain, which of course is the ERC 1155 standard on Ethereum, but it's gas free. They have launched a segment of their blockchain called JumpNet. and they've now had over 50 NFT projects just 2 weeks after it launched. You know, the Engine coin, we've seen it like $3 or more, and I don't get it. Okay, we've been following Engine probably before 99.9% of the people listening, because we had them on an episode.
Engine on one of our shows in like September 2017,
way back, and we're like, oh yeah, this is cool, these digital collectibles. We knew then what they were onto, and this is their marketplace right now, and they've got a few that have really gained traction. This Age of Rust, I think, is one of them. I'm not too familiar with a lot of these others, but there's so much more on Wax. I don't understand how Engine is worth over $3 and Wax is at 21 cents. When you've got, not only do you have these independent brands like you're seeing here with, you know, with Lost Relics, and in Age of Rust, which could be excellent properties. I don't know. I mean, some of these, you know, weapons look cool and all that, but there's big brands launching. There's MLB on Wax. Weezer is coming out with their NFTs on Wax. I don't understand. Now, I don't know the tokenomics. I don't know how many Engine there are versus how many Wax there are. That would actually be really interesting to...
I'm going to tell you right now, Sir Lord Joe Kama, I'm actually looking at the page. Okay. It's got a market cap right now at 2.35 billion. There are 934 million in circulation out of 1 billion. So that tells you a little bit about that. But then maybe we look at Wax P, which is what the Wax token is, number 177 overall in market cap. And they have 1.5 billion tokens out of 3.7 billion tokens in supply. And they got a market cap of 346 million. So, you know, it seems to me that Wax could essentially do an 8X and get up in the same value that Engine is. And they have a ton of more projects. Like you mentioned, Weezer's launching on that. And there's been MLB baseball launched last week, and
Deadmau5, Atari, Bitcoin Origins, Blockchain Heroes, the Bitcoin Collection, Alien Worlds. Like right here, Alien Worlds, and this continues to bumfuzzle us, is number 8 in the NFT market cap on CoinGecko.com. It's at 35 cents. Alien Worlds is on Wax. Where's Wax? Down here at number 13.
Well, look at number 10. Number 10, Red Fox Labs. That's also
on Wax.
Also built on Wax.
It makes no sense. There is no logic whatsoever to the two projects that are running on Wax, a subset of Wax, if you will, being valued more than the blockchain itself.
Yo, fam, we need to build a coin on Wax, bro.
We should totally.
They'd be like, hey, number 7 in market cap is Joel and Travis coin.
I thought you were selling your soul for NFTs.
Well, maybe that's what we do. Is we make 21 million pieces of each one of our souls, and then we make an NFT with one port of each one of our souls, and then we can do that.
The Joel soul is not for sale. you can't buy a piece of my soul. My soul is
buy a piece of my Joel soul.
I am autonomous. I am 100% me.
Get your Joel soul.
You can't buy me, bitches. I belong to me. But if you are, in NBA, you might not be a Top Shot, but if you're a Golden State Warrior, then maybe your soul is for sale, because they are the franchise, not NBA themselves. The franchise are launching their own officially licensed digital collectibles featuring their own moments. They're like, all right, NBA Top Shot, we got moments in here, but we're probably not making as much for these. So we're going to release our own moments.
Yeah, the collection includes 25 editions of the franchise first championship in 1947, 50 editions of the team's most recent championship in 2018. There's a 1-of-1 Warriors 6-time NBA champion ring NFT that combines all the championships into one NFT. And then the winning bidder of the 1-of-1 NFT will also receive a one-of-a-kind physical ring, and will be receiving that on court at a future Warriors game. Dude, this stuff right here is cool. We were talking about this stuff early on, because this is like fan experience. This is loyalty type of stuff, man. You connect and collect with some of this, and then you take this virtual experience, move it into the real world experience. Are you serious? That's awesome.
Dude, I think some of these are cooler than Top Shots. You know, like you said before, Top Shots, the moments are interesting, but how many 3-pointers can you watch? How many dunks can you see? This is why I think MLB would make for a much better moments oriented type of NFT. So would football. There's just fewer things that happen in basketball, right? The awesome plays are rarer. But, you know, pretty much you're shooting for the same hoop. You got your dunks, you know, you got your layups, you got your 3-pointers, you got your, you know, some of your moves. But baseball, you got the whole field. Stuff can happen, you know, anywhere from the pitcher's mound to the batter, first base, second base, shortstop, any of the fields, out to the crowd. There's just a lot more interesting moments, I think. But these are pretty cool here. I wonder,
really sweet. Now I'm trying to figure out which one of these have the which one of these have the 25, or how many different editions each one of these are. I think I might try to. I'm not even a big fan of the Warriors, but I might want to snag one of these because
look at this one. This is a 1 of 1 right here. This is the 6-time world champion with the dates on it in this ring, which sparkles, you know, with jewels, spins around,
Dude,
and it's got
badass.
all the championships on it. So the reserve is not met yet. I don't know what the reserve is, but as of today, the bid is 10 ETH, which is currently $26,390. By the way,
a ring would cost that much. Like if you were actually given a ring of one of these, like with all the diamonds and the gold and all the different, you know, sort of gems they put on those things, those Super Bowl rings, some of those Super Bowl rings cost $50,000-$60,000. So it's like, this right here is just more of a fan experience than anything, I think. Maybe we'll see.
But you'll get courtside, you know, experience and custom ring presentation, or the ring can be couriered to any location. You can have it shipped to you, 2 premium VIP tickets. You just have to be holding the NFT. The reserve is not met, but I want to point out here, I think Ethereum is at an all-time high right now, because if 10 ETH is 26,000,
it is. It's $2,600 right now, so it's held its value nicely.
Nice way to go, ETH. Nice to see the crypto markets moving back up. So good job, Golden State. They're not the only sports balls, though, Travis, to be making a move in the NFT space. How about the NFL?
Yeah, the NFL. So there's an NFL prospect out there by the name of Zach Davidson, and he is
he's a rookie.
He has not been drafted by a team yet. However, he is creating his own rookie NFT. And so here's a card of me. It's like, here I am, and buy my NFT. And please, you know what? The thing that I think about that is that if this guy becomes a stud, like a super good player, then maybe this thing could take off and become seriously valuable. Looks like there's 3 separate cards. There's a first card called Legendary Gold. That will be very limited. There's only 1 of those. The other 2 cards, there's the Rare Fire and Rare Ice. There will be 30 editions of each one of those. So the collection will have 61 total cards in it. And if this guy becomes a stud, then maybe those will be valuable.
So when I linked to the link on the website to OpenSea, they couldn't find it. So I'm actually going to take a look here. So it says not found. But let's take a peek here and see if I can search.
I wonder if it got taken
down.
There
we go. Zach Davidson, rookie NFT collection. Here they are, right here. So you can, there's, how many are there? There's different colors.
Well, there's 30 of each of the Fire and the Ice Rare, and there's the one Legendary Gold.
Oh, there you go. So it doesn't look like very many. It looks like no bids on a lot of them so far. It ends in 2 days. By the way, this is a theme I'm starting to see, and I don't want to call out some other guys that have released something on OpenSea because I don't want to embarrass them, but I talked to them about before they launched on OpenSea. We're talking, they have a major brand that's known, you know, throughout pop culture. And they have a brand that they got ownership of a lot of IP, and they released NFTs on OpenSea. And I'm looking at it, and there's 1 day left, and they've not got any bids. And that's because you're missing marketing. When you just put stuff on OpenSea, people don't know it's there. If I go to OpenSea's main page, right, the largest NFT marketplace. All right, here's Dave Portney is getting exposure. The Golden State Warriors are getting exposure. How does Zach Davidson get exposure here. He's not trending, he's not trending the night. And then you got a bunch of art, virtual world stuff under it. So it's basically like setting up a website. When you put your art up on OpenSea and think that just because you're doing something cool, people are going to find you, it's like just opening up a website and saying, all right, I got a website now, come to it. No, that's not how it works. You have to market that website. You have to do SEO. You have to drive traffic to it through, paid and free advertising and through social media. And just putting out a press release that says, we're doing this thing, doesn't necessarily get you attention.
Yeah, I mean, and I don't even know how big of a prospect this guy is. like how are they prospecting this guy? He's from Central Missouri, which is literally about 30 miles from my old place where I used to live. And how big of a prospect is this guy? Is he even expected to be drafted? He's a tight end from Central Missouri. Got decent speed. He's 6'6", 245 pounds. And what's his scout grade? Are they expecting him to go? Don't know. And if he does go, then these NFTs could be worth a lot if he becomes good. If not, then nobody even heard about him and he's not buying them. And so I think we're going to start seeing more and more of this. Is like, oh, if a tree falls in the woods and nobody's there, does it make a sound? Kind of like your NFT.
It does not. Well, from sports to entertainment, Paris Hilton says, oh my gosh, NFTs are amazing and I'm obsessed and they match my purse perfectly. No, she really is. She's totally down with NFTs. She is in those clubhouse rooms all the time, in those NFT rooms. I'm obsessed. It's all I think about. I've never been so excited about something in my life because I really see this as the future. I'm just so obsessed with it that I actually have dreams about it every single night. Travis, I guess I don't know that I'm dreaming about NFTs every night, but I have had NFT dreams before. And I want to turn them.
NFT dreams, and it's normally, my NFT dreams are normally involve you saying, "Is this NFT done yet? We need to get these done." And I'm like, "Oh God, I don't have it done yet."
Those are nightmares.
And I go and look at my computer and it's done, and I'm like, "No, dude, they're already in Dropbox."
So she thinks that NFTs empower female creators and are the future of art. I think they empower everybody. Whether you're female or male, I don't think it matters.
Or if you're a Zer or any of the 8,700 new genders, you can do any of them now.
Everybody's empowered. That's the beautiful thing about NFTs is anybody can create and mint these. Once again, what it comes down to is being innovative and telling a story that's compelling. It all comes down to marketing. Right? You have to make enough noise and tell a compelling enough story that other people will want to retell it for you. That is the essence of viral marketing. You don't just create viral marketing. You tell a story. And so become an excellent storyteller. And like Paris Hilton, you can sell NFTs.
Mm-hmm. Yep. She actually has sold NFTs. She got in on it and is doing some things. So if you guys are listening to this, I think it's cool. You know what? I think we need more female leaders in the space talking about NFTs and teaching others about NFTs. I think we need more creators, period, that
like
are doing
her,
high quality stuff.
Like this woman right here, Emrata.
There you go.
I mean, I think you have a word for this kind of NFT, Travis.
Oh, this is an NFT.
Yeah, totally.
I think there needs to be way more of these. And she's going to be selling an NFT at Christie's. The artist, Richard Prince, has said, hey, this is a photo that I created. This was my photo. And so he's appropriating her image for his work. Now she's doubling back down on it to make it one of her own, because I think she says, here is my photo on Instagram, and here's what I said about it. And then this is my NFT. And so if you go to the next article over here by Verge, they're saying,
hey, before you get there, I just want to say I would never subscribe to the Times.
You would never subscribe to the Times?
To New York Times? No. This is, I mean, it's great that they're talking about NFTs, but the once great paper of record is now complete propaganda for the most part when it comes to news.
Well, it's owned by Carlos Slim, who's a billionaire in Mexico who has his own agenda, right? And so it's really, that should, if you have a major city newspaper that's owned by a foreign national, This should
Odds
be some
are.
conflict of interest stuff, right? there.
Odds are. Okay, enough of the commentary. What's the story on The Verge? This is more about this copyright infringement of
Just saying,
Emily
how many layers of copyright
Ratajkowski's.
infringement are there? They're saying that there could be all kinds of one because there's an Instagram theme to it. It pulled from that. They say that's a nightmare. There's the NFT contains essentially just a link to her Instagram. And so the composite artwork is shows two images, one of her in her apartment, and the other one is a digital copy of a painting by this Richard Prince guy. The Richard Prince painting is actually a copyright nightmare in itself. It's a print of an Instagram post by Ratajkowski, who was gorgeous, which features a photo of her from Sports Illustrated. And then so there's a whole lot of
I'm taking a screenshot of this right here.
Mm-hmm.
And now I have this as an image, and I'm going to make this an NFT so we can add another layer of copyright theft.
I think what we're going to do is take an image of this and then put it as our thumbnail for the show.
That'll be our.
I'm actually going to do that right now.
All right, I'll leave it up so you can do that.
This is going to be part of our deal.
This is going to be copyright within copyright within copyright, and it goes along with the theme and the story. You got it?
Boom! I got it, baby.
Right along to more entertainment. Eminem is doing an NFT collection. I like to call him Marshall, though. Marshall Bruce Mathers. It's not Matters.
Are you serious? His middle name is Bruce?
Bruce. It's Mathers, not Matters, right? It says here in the article Matters.
Oh, dude, they totally screwed that up. Well, that's why
Come on, Crypto Tater. You gotta prove stuff
mashed
here.
Crypto Taters. This is horrible.
So he's doing this. Yo, NFTs represent my nature. They resonate. Not much has changed for me as an adult. I've attempted to recreate some of the collections from that time in my life, and I know I'm not alone. I wanted to give this drop the same vibe of, oh man, I'm yelling a lot because I'm super angry at stuff and people don't buy my music no more. So I'm going to sell an NFT. All right, cool.
Yeah. And then I saw Saturday Night Live do an NFT about my song. And then I was like, oh no, hell no. I'm going to do my own thing. And it's going to ring and it's going to sing and it's going to be amazing. Just got to wait for it to come out on Ethereum.
So speaking of Eminem, Tom McDonald, who's a dude that we both dig. I'm not a huge rap fan, never have been. There's a few rap bands that I dig. I could listen to Tom McDonald all freaking day long. Like, I have never sought out somebody that I wasn't familiar with their stuff before and just been hooked to watch one video after another, because what he's laying down is just plain truth. It is like, it's not about slapping bitches and hoes. It's not that trashy rap that has no place in pop culture at all. That's a horrible influence on young people. This dude is just boom, dropping truth bombs.
Yeah, it's so funny because you look at the guy and you're like, wait a second, this guy, what? Like, he's got tattoos on his face and stuff. And like, but he's seriously, he's so eloquent. He drops truth bombs all the time. And I tell you, one of the funniest things from Tom McDonald, there's a rapper in Kansas City called Mac Lethal, and Tom McDonald and Mac Lethal got into a rap diss battle. And so basically Mac Lethal called him out in a tweet, and then Tom McDonald sent a rap song called, like, it was like Mac Lethal Sucks or something, or something lethal injection. And then Mac Lethal came back, and I would say they were both kind of like, after the first one, like they were both about equal. They both talked shit. But then Tom McDonald came back and just destroyed the guy. Like, I have never laughed so hard. And some of the things that he was said in that was just brutal. But, obviously he's a white dude. He probably loves Eminem. So much so that he has bid $100,000 to win Stan's Revenge Eminem NFT.
Yep. So
would you like to buy my Eminem NFT? Eminem NFT?
A Shady Con NFT. McDonald's got the high bidder, and I guess he won it for $100,000. So Tom McDonald had an NFT, E-I-E-I-O, and more.
He really
music.
needs an NFT farm is what he needs. He needs to have an NFT farm.
More music. Steve Aoki has released NFTs before. I just saw today on Nifty Gateway, another one came out from Steve Aoki called Neon Future, along with artist Magic Kuchera. I don't know. Sorry, Majik. And he believes, obviously, that the world is going digital and that NFTs are the future. And Steve, you should really come on the Nifty Show and talk to us about it, because we like to talk about NFTs.
For sure. Let's have your people call our people will call us, then we'll call our people, who will call your people, who'll call you, and then we'll figure out something. I mean, Steve Aoki, dude, he is a living legend when it comes to, dance music and just, he's got such a cool vibe, putting out great stuff. And I think that a lot of artists, really, it's like musicians and artists combine. Really, if you're a DJ, and I realized this when I went to Ibiza in Spain a couple of years ago and went to some of these nightclubs. You get there, the party doesn't even start until midnight, and you're there until 7 a.m. And it is such an audio visual experience. Like this NFT space is perfect for DJs. It's like take your song, you remix your song, make some kick-ass visualizations to it, and then release that in AR or VR. Like, I mean, I would love to see DJs just releasing music experiences on VR that are NFTs. That would be so cool. And I think we'll start seeing more and more of that, because these guys are true artists. Like if you're a DJ, you have to be good at making music and you have to be good at creating digital art experiences. And I'd say they're some of the best in the world at it. And so that's why when we see these guys, that's why I was really disappointed at Deadmau5 when he released his NFT series, because quite frankly, it sucked ass.
Yeah.
I mean, it really wasn't good at all. It was just like kind of a C- effort, whereas it could have been just spectacular. And I think that Aoki's doing some really good stuff. Could be better. They could make it more. They could make it longer experiences. They don't have to be so short. I think they realize that, hey, you can make several megabyte, images. You can make 100 megabytes, or what's the limit of what you can upload on a cloud, Pinata cloud, Joel?
I have no idea. But speaking of long experiences, let's hustle through these last few stories here, because this show has turned into a long experience.
Yeah.
Here's another hip hop figure that's launching an NFT game with his collection. His name is ASAP Rocky, and
ASAP Rocky. This guy was the guy who got in trouble overseas, and Trump actually helped get him out, I think, back in the day. He was in the news back for that, but now he's making some NFTs. That's pretty cool.
He is launching NFTs on Nifty Gateway. And then this dude here, Chadwick Boseman, he's an NFT artist, and he is redesigning his artwork following, I guess the Oscars just happened. I don't know, and I don't care.
It was the worst ranked Oscars of all time. I think it tanked by 58% or something.
Nobody cares anymore. I mean, if you're still watching the award shows, you're so last decade or 2 decades ago, whatever.
The gift bag did include an NFT artwork, though. That's kind of cool. They give that to all the different people.
Yeah, you can read more about this. I don't particularly care. So there you go.
Chadwick Boseman, rest in peace. That guy was a great actor, and he was from Wakanda. And
I did. So that's the dude that died. Okay. I meant no disrespect. I didn't know that either, but cool. There's an NFT. So way to go. Disaster Girl. Here's another meme. What was it 2 weeks ago? It was the girlfriend.
The overly attached girlfriend. So now Disaster Girl sells $430 worth of her meme. I wonder what she looks like now, because she was just like, oh my God, like she looked just pure evil as a kid. Like
I'll bet you her smirk is very similar after selling her NFT for
like $500,000. Right? She's 21 years old now, by the way. If that tells you anything about how fast time flies.
So if you want to hurt the president, apparently you buy an NFT out of spite. It Drumpfs.io. So if you have Trump derangement syndrome, there is a place for you to spend your money now. You can hurt him where it matters. I'm sure he's horribly hurt by your Drumpfs. I wonder if any of them are any good. That's what I'm curious about. Like to see
100% of the profits go to charities he hates.
I mean, that's funny. I guess that's what you do if you have a lot of hate in your heart. You capitalize on on these. Buy a Drumpf right there. And there's the gallery of tweets. And now, isn't this copyright infringement, selling other people's tweets?
Yeah, like what gives them the right to sell the tweets, though? I wonder.
I mean, you're selling something that's copyright to somebody else. Your tweets are copyright you. So what would be really hilarious to me is for Trump to sue them for everything that they've earned on his tweets.
There is a couple of them, one that I would like to, because the one that cracks me up the most is what was the name of that one politician that was kind of he was overweight, and he goes, whatever his name is, he goes, oh, sweating with your nipples all or whatever. Very disrespectful. Your nipples all protruding. Whatever. I don't remember who it was. It always cracked me up.
Oh my. Well, here's what I didn't know and didn't realize until right now. Actually, it happens tomorrow. The Colonize Mars. We had these guys on the show, on Nifty Show, last Friday. And the sale actually happens on Atomic Hub tomorrow. There was a free rover sticker, which we missed, but the standard supply crates and the ultimate supply crates go on sale on Wednesday, the 28th. I want to say around, what is that, noonish, 11 or noonish. So I don't know, clocks and times and everything throw me off, but you can probably go to the main page on Atomic Hub. Yep, you can see right here, April 28th, 4 p.m. UTC. And also Weezer, the band, is coming to Wax. They've got a new album coming out, OK Human. It's tech themed. And check this out. Here's the packs, Travis. OK Crypto. Yeah. So what are the deals here on them? Here's the cards.
What's the URL?
It is
wax.io/Weezer. I see.
Yep, that is correct. So they're artsy, they're fartsy. You got your commons, your collectibles. They're calling uncommons collectibles here. Your rares, they're kind of like this. This is kind of cool. They look like it's actually 3D-ish. Your deluxe and then your ultra rare. With the golden, they're kind of embossed. Check out when this flips over right here. These are interesting. And then check this out. Hidden in the packs will be 12 one-of-one ultra rare golden tickets that can be redeemed for a one-of-a-kind Weezer time in X by Toys. Death by, I cannot read. There's a toy you can get with it. It's a physical toy. If you get the
Death by Toys, I think it's a mashup from Weezer.
Yeah.
And Death by Toys have done something together.
Yeah, so these go on sale as
tomorrow?
well on Atomic.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, April 28th.
Say it ain't so, guys.
Yeah, there you go. You can grab those. And finally, also last Friday, we had Jason Brink from Gala Games on the show. We're working with Gala. We love what they're doing, and we encourage you to go and check out their blog about what they're building, because there's a lot of news in the Mirandus and Gala Games landscape, what they're doing for their MMO RPG. And if you've not signed up yet, then this is all new here. There's something. Welcome to, let's see, Mirandus. This is a new website. They did not have this when I looked at it last time, Sir Lord Travis. PC and Mac. Fantasy RPG. Let me see what this video does right here. I'm going to turn off the sound because that way we can give commentary, but let's just give a quick look at what's going to play here on this thing. It's a forest, a very dark, dark forest. And there's things in the forest, things that you've never seen before. Look, it's Travis behind that tree. All right, they're up to some stuff, gang. Oh, look how bright. And this is like world building here with farms and things. Yeah. So check out what they're doing. Mirandus.game is the website, and moving right along. Looks super spiffy.
They're doing great stuff over there, and they got one hell of a community over there at Gala Games. That's for sure. Gala Games.
It's Gala, but that's okay. You could say Gala if you want to. I think it's often, potato, tomato, tomato. Travis, NF Travis. It's all the same.
It's true. Rock and
So
roll.
thanks for watching, everybody, or for listening. If you're listening and watching at the same time, I hope you're watching the actual video, because if you're looking at your podcast player and listening to us, that's just weird.
You can do that, though. I would say this: if you tuned in on YouTube and you liked it, maybe subscribe to that, but then also maybe hop on over to the podcast platform of your choice and leave us a review over there, because that really helps out on the rankings. And right now the Nifty Show is doing very well overall. We're 100 something in technology. We're in top investing podcast as well. And your reviews and subscribe over there is very helpful.
They matter, and you matter. We'll catch you guys on our live show on Friday. Catch us there at nifty.show/YouTube or nifty.show/theta, 5 o'clock Eastern Daylight Time, 2 o'clock Pacific on the left coast. And what do you want to say?
Rufus coming down the stairs. He matters.
Oh, it's Rufus is here. Rufus is back. All right. We'll catch you guys later. Be nifty.